Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Steelers and the Bucs, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers, the AFC champion, taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, excited for this one. Charles, the Steelers back in the Super Bowl once again. Their 9th appearance overall, second only to the Patriots' 11. But if the Steelers win this one, then they'd be on top of the all-time win standings, as it would be their 7th title.
What a franchise. Come on, join me for a minute, okay? Come back to the 1970s with me. Back to the steel curtain defense. Back to Terry Bradshaw, quarterback. Throwing to Lynn Swann and John Stallworth. Franco Harris running the football with Rocky Blyer. That team was something, all right? And that started the path to where we are right here, right now. This team's pretty good, too. And they want their own history. What an accomplishment this would be to win a 7th Super Bowl title for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Meanwhile, the Buccaneers are back in the Super Bowl. Of course, they won it 2 years ago behind Tom Brady. But now this group looks to get it done without TB12 under center.
But you think about how much confidence and knowledge that this team gained with Tom Brady on the field. Now that you have a different quarterback, a different coach, Todd Bowles in charge now, but that same confidence that they can get it done.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the rookie who played his college ball for the Pitt Panthers. That's Kenny Pickett.
And how about this story? The young man who went to Pitt, stays in town, picked by the local team, and leads them to a Super Bowl appearance as a rookie. If this is a movie, most people would call it fiction, but we're watching it as fact.
Throwing first play is Pickett. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Flushed out right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. To throw on 2nd and 10. Pickett, he'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw, Pickett. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10 once again from the 28. Now Pickett. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Pickett. Touchdown. Gunnar Olszewski. 28 yards. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Buccaneers.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. So here the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. They are led by their quarterback from the University of Hawaii, a former 7th-round pick. It's Cole McDonald.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Looking sideline, incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking on the midfield logo. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Pickett back to throw. Able to shake him off. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. Man, now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
We have seen this before.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play,
so that one going on the turn. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Dialing up another pass here, Pickett. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Pickett. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Gunnar Olszewski his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Steelers will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
York on now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's McDonald to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident. I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl's unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. It's caught by Mike Evans. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing is McDonald. And that will be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And he fields it cleanly. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Kenny Pickett taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Steelers are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Buccaneers, nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him the 17-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. McDonald sets to throw. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Pickett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. The first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over it.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
They are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And that pick 6 just a moment ago. Things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard now. Not looking good here. We'll see if they can put something together on this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. McDonald. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. McDonald steps away. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At the Bucs 29-yard line.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry for Najee Harris. 23 yards on the play.
They gash him in a big way on that last run, and defense fortunate to tackle him on the 2-yard line, but doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with the defense's plan.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Robert Tonyan, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
York now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Robert Tonyan capping it all off on the touchdown grab. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Bucs ready to take over once again. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McDonald. Left sideline, but it's... To throw on 2nd and 6. Pickett. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Now Pickett on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. And nice work on the return. 15 yards back.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Third quarter action at Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10.
On the give, this is Harris. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Pickett, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Here we go. It's Pickett on 4th down. And this one is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to... Play action. It's McDonald. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Back to throw. McDonald. And his throw's going to be incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McDonald. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. There he goes, right side. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boy, he covered a lot of ground. 82 yards on the punt return. And the Steelers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Let's pin the beers back and go full strength. Let's go. Come out here. Come get some. Come get some. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare. Inside. Coming. You're not ready. You're not ready. Hey, we gotta get this stop here, baby. Let's go.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Buccaneers, nothing.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just 1 more quarter remains in the season-long. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action. On third down, Fournette. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jake Kumaro. 48 yards. And the Steelers continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Buccaneers, nothing. Cade York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ballgame.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
To throw again on 2nd down. Pickett. And that almost their first INT. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On 1st down, it's Rudolph. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Mason Rudolph, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are pouring it on. Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi Trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, McDonald, and this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down. And
to throw on 3rd down, McDonald. And that will be incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And this is caught at the 8. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
that's another Steelers 1st down.
Here's Rudolph. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Gunnar Olszewski with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Steelers have got it on cruise control. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Throwing to start the drive. McDonald, left side here. That's complete to Godwin. And he's out right at the 25.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good.
From the gun, it's McDonald. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Andrew Sendejo. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Rudolph's throw there caught by Olszewski. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Rudolph. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Rudolph. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Steelers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the fourth quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw on second down. McDonald. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, McDonald. And that is incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A 62-yard punt return. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The York on now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expects.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously, a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort. They've been excellent from start to finish.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, McDonald. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And on 4th. It's the punt team sending this one away. Oh, the return is Olszewski. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And now out come the Steelers. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. Pickett now on first down. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
He was defended by
on 2nd and 10. Pickett And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. From the 5 now, second and a yard. Pickett will look to throw it here. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's third and a yard. Back to throw, Pickett to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. York now for the extra point.
York on for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it was finished off by Kenny Pickett taking it in himself. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is in.
Sets up a third down and 18.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's fourth.
Gain of 6 yards. It's fourth down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll run with Harris. William Golston in on the stop. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Harris. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the Steel City. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.